Across this great nation, there is a culture of people who carry on a heritage. They have an intangible quality that can't be described, but it comes from deep within their hearts. They share an appreciation for the greatest things that come from Mother Earth. They watch over, understand, and care for the vast wilds of this great country. Fishing, hunting, and trapping are the foundations that Canada was built on. For over 2 centuries, we have taken to the woods and water to pursue wild game. Today, it's about conservation, preservation, and wildlife management. Whether you are a man or woman, fish or hunt, you should support sound wildlife management and proudly say, I am an angler and hunter. The Ontario Federation of Anglers and Hunters proudly presents Angler and Hunter Television. Brought to you by Canadian Tire, Nikon Sport Optics, Mercury Marine and Lund Boats, Yamaha ATVs, Browning Ammunition, Browning Firearms, Suffix Fishing Line, Rapala, Camillus Knives and Cuda Tools, Excalibur Crossbows, and Yukon Gear.
So these are quail eggs, right?
Quail eggs, yeah. No, he wants his phone.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, but for me, it's over there, no, not here. Okay?
Yep. And then
Stuffed duck breast with jalapeno pepper and cheese.
duck breast?
Duck breast, yeah.
Okay.
Let's face it, there's no better place to gather with family and friends than over a spread of delicious food. It's a tradition that goes back to medieval times
How many people you have here?
25.
and has been a staple in practically every culture for thousands of years. We're all descendants of ancient hunter-gatherers, and deep inside all of us is the instinct to provide food through hunting and fishing. Celebrating a harvest and sharing a meal is something anglers and hunters still take pride in. Bringing game from fields and waters to table might just be the most satisfying way to feed ourselves.
You got a point?
Oh, really good point. The dog's on point right between us.
There goes! Nice!
Hey, you got a branch! Hey, we got firewood!
Oh, that was a good shot. We got another one up here, though.
On a recent hunting trip with good friend Ian McGee, I was introduced to the Gervasio family.
We're gonna shoot woodcock today. Okay? I don't care what anyone says.
An avid outdoors family that shares several generations of hunting and fishing.
I've been hunting for about 35 years now. Probably since I was 5 years old. My father would take me pigeon hunting. That's how I started, by the barns, and so I've been in the Niagara region hunting for all my life. Now my son has come on board, which I'm just overwhelmed with that he's following my footsteps and his grandfather's footsteps and his great-grandfather's footsteps, and he's hunting and fishing and loving the outdoors as well.
I was especially taken back with Mateo. He's a new hunter in his early teens that kind of reminds me of myself when I was young.
I probably hunt like around 100 to 200 possibly days a year. And I hunt for pigeons, doves, ducks, geese, turkeys. I love turkeys. I'm just getting into deer too. Hopefully I can shoot my first one. I love rabbits as well. It's just the amazement of being outside and outdoors, and just, it's much better in my opinion than staying inside, playing video games, doing all that, when you could just be outside and fishing, hunting.
Bingo!
Yeah.
Mateo loves everything hunting and fishing. Catching salmon from the river, bass in Lake Erie, turkey and rabbit hunting, and the one thing his family specializes in, woodcock.
They're unbelievable birds.
I've never had the opportunity to hunt these elusive little birds. So getting into the field with 3 generations of Gervasios should make for a successful hunt.
It's awesome. This is fantastic.
This portion of Angler and Hunter Television brought to you by Yamaha ATVs.
Okay, Larry, lead the pack.
Walking in the woods is a great way to spend a day. Now, walking it with family with over 80 years of history was quite an experience.
There's a bird around here somewhere, and this dog's acting
there.
pretty birdy, right? Point! I got a point!
Yeah.
Yeah. 10 yards in front of me in the middle.
Once the dog's on point, you have to be ready to snap shoot.
I'm going to move slowly.
These little timber doodle get up and away really fast.
No, I'm watching it. It's right in front of me. It's right there. Between these 2 trees. Yeah, you can send her if you want. It's right here, but in front of me. 10 feet.
Mike, you think you're the host or something, don't you?
Hey, man, you can't mess around with these birds.
The host is cleaning up.
I'm sorry, guys. Nice work, Larry.
Well done, Mike.
So they're eating these birds eat worms, right?
Well, they eat berries too.
And berries?
Yeah, if they're caught behind
Little male bird, little cock.
freezes,
What a cool bird.
they eat their weight on worms every day.
Really, huh?
But it's amazing. 2 dogs circled that twice and didn't
Yeah.
point.
Well, the bird's soaking wet, right? They got wet feathers.
Yeah.
So yeah, look at all these holes in the ground here. So there's a bird around here, and that dog was on point not far from here. And if you look down in the mud, all those holes where they've been probing. That's how they eat.
Nice.
Right there!
Oh, really good point. Going a little further. I got the back, guys. I got the back.
Got one, I got one, I got one. I got one.
Watch that dog, Mateo.
Maddie, come on.
It went a little further down than you think.
Yeah,
There's a
she-
tree here.
Point again.
Oh, it's on point. That bird must be in there.
Dead bird.
Yeah, I saw some feathers floating down.
Went right down over here. Like this area.
She get it? She got it right
Oh,
here.
it's right here.
Good eye.
Good job. Good job, gentlemen.
Yeah, it's funny because I was behind you here and I saw the feathers lighting down between
Yeah.
that tree, so I knew it was around.
Cool. All right.
Good bird. You got a pouch?
Woodcock migrate south in the late fall after heavy frosts hit.
Pate coming up.
And a real hotspot for these short distance flyers is the Niagara region of southern Ontario.
We're part of the Central Flyway, so they'll be coming down through eastern Quebec. Their staging area for this flight, this particular migration flight, is Manitou, Long Island. So, having said that, the reason this is a pretty good area is that they don't want to cross Lake Erie. And this will become a bottleneck. They just take a hop over the Niagara River. They usually end up in Alabama, Arkansas.
These birds stick to thick underbrush and swampy wetlands, so flushing them is nearly impossible without a good dog.
Point here. Lacey's on point right here. Point, point.
Right there!
Hey, Lacey, good girl.
I thought about shooting it, and then even before I thought about it, you got it.
Dead bird. Find a bird. Dead bird.
AC here. There you go.
Yeah, that was a good point. So that dog was on point, and we've had a lot of dogs go on point today, and had no bird come out. But that we actually had one bird I could physically see that the dogs weren't picking up when it was raining, but now that it's dry, that bird was tight. Like if you look at this brush right here, that bird was tight against the brush, and the dog's nose was right into the brush, and that bird came out, like right here. So the dog was on point, and that bird was actually tucked back in like this stuff here, and you couldn't even see it.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, they blend in well.
Yeah. point? Let's go. She's working good. I want a bird to come flying out in front of her. That'd be epic.
Since 1928, the Ontario Federation of Anglers and Hunters has been a leader in conservation. For the past 25 years, Angler and Hunter Television has been bringing the OFAH conservation message to millions of viewers to conserve and protect our great outdoors. Today's youth don't have the same access to hunting opportunities previous generations enjoyed. Many may want to try hunting, but lack the tools, knowledge, or a family member who can offer mentorship. Providing opportunities for young hunters to gain the expertise, licenses, and skills they need to hunt safely is an increasing priority for the OFAH, our member clubs, and other stakeholders in the outdoor community. Under the guidance of trained instructors and mentors, potential young hunters will have the opportunity to take the appropriate courses and, upon successful completion, experience a hunt for the first time. Angler and Hunter Television is proud to bring the OFAH message of conservation and passion for the outdoors to viewers around the world, sharing the traditions of hunting, fishing, and trapping.
This portion of Angler and Hunter Television brought to you by Minn Kota and Humminbird.
She's good, eh? Good dog. Come over here. Think in here.
When I was hunting 35 years ago, it was a lot different. There was young growth throughout Niagara. There was fantastic bushes. We're losing habitat. And as far as woodcock and grouse, habitat is everything. If they don't have habitat, the birds won't exist. What woodcock and grouse need is young growth. They need mixed bushes of old growth and young growth. If we don't start rejuvenating these bushes, life won't, and the ecosystem won't thrive. Let's do this, right? Let's try to make things better. Let's try, to protect things for our future.
We got a point over here now. Flush that thing.
I can see it. It's hiding in there deep.
Somebody's got to go in and flush that bird.
Where do you want me to come in from this? That's a good bird. You got to send the dog over there.
The beak difference here. Measure the beaks here.
Oh, wow.
You see that difference?
Yep.
That's the male and the female together is different. But these birds, let me tell you, they're such mysterious birds. They can see 360 degrees. If you look at their eyes.
Oh yeah, 180 each eye?
360, okay?
Wow.
So they know when predators are coming from every direction. They can hear everything, so it's unbelievable birds. And they migrate at night, okay? That's the other remarkable thing. They don't migrate in the daytime. They migrate at night most likely when they're getting a wind in their favor, meaning if they're going south, they're looking for that north wind or northwest on a clear night, right there. Exactly.
You shot that one?
Clear night.
Yeah. Nice.
They leave.
I'll give that to you. Ian, you're carrying the bird?
Be ready. We got a point.
Right here, right here. Look, just look. Oh, no, wait down.
You got it?
Yeah, there's another one.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Who found that? Good dog. You want a biscuit? Where's those cookies? Have a cookie. Nice work.
The Hunting Edge is brought to you by Browning Ammunition.
To get the edge over the woodcock, I used a Browning BPS 20-gauge shotgun, loaded with 3-inch Browning BXD Upland ammo. A pair of Camilla's game shooters made for quick, easy dressing of all the woodcock.
Not a bad day.
Mike, you know what? we can't complain.
No.
We've been looking at this weather forecast all week, and it's
Yeah.
been calling for 80% rain, 20 to 30 millimeters.
Yep.
Okay, of rain. That's what I was reading on the internet. So we literally put our hands together,
Right.
and prayed. And
Yeah.
you know what? We showed up here. We kept everything as scheduled, and we were here maybe 45 minutes, and the weather broke, and we said, let's go do this. Weather conditions typically for hunting these birds, it wasn't ideal.
No.
The dogs had a tough time scenting because it was so wet.
Right.
And it was a little bit raining when we started to hunt. But conditions weren't ideal. But you know what, Mike? We managed to do the hunt.
Conditions are never ideal when you're hunting. That's what I find.
Yeah.
You got to make the best of it, right?
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's why we're wearing, our waterproof gear.
Yeah.
Right, which is important to have.
But the dogs are good, and Ian and I have been trying to coordinate with you and Mateo for probably this is our third year, I think, to get out on a woodcock hunt, because you don't see a lot of people hunting woodcock. You hear of upland game grouse or migratory birds. Doves is popular now.
Yeah.
I've hunted crows, but woodcock, one, you need a dog, and two, you need someone that is proficient at it. And he spoke so highly of you and your family and your 3-4 generations of woodcock hunters down here in the Niagara area. So to get down here and go out and do it, spend a day with you, spend a day with your son. Your dad's here. You've got people in their 80s down to their teens.
Yeah, I know.
That are doing this. So
I know exactly. Like you said, we hunted today with the godfather of woodcock,
right,
and the godson here.
Perfect. Yeah.
So overall, it worked out. We hit some great shots. We missed some birds. Ideally, the leaves still need to fall, Mike.
Yeah, it's a bit early.
The shooting was tough.
It was tough shooting.
It was
That's
tough shooting.
For sure. We missed a few.
But we made it work. Now the best, Mike, is yet to come. We have our
preparing
harvest.
those birds.
We have our harvest. What are we going to do with them? Basically, I breast out the breasts, put them on a slow cooker with some peeled tomatoes, onions, some spice, black pepper, salt, some Italian spice, maybe a little bit of olive oil, a touch of white wine, and you put that all in the slow cooker to cook for about 10 to 13 hours, really slow.
Wow.
Okay, and then when it's done cooking, with your fork or with a blender, you just put all that and mash it all together, and you get some French bread, put it a little bit on each piece, and then finish it off in the oven to toast it.
Pate you make out of those? My grandfather used to call it pate. He's a Scotsman.
Each year, I love to host. I've been doing this for about 10 years now, I think.
Wow.
A wild game dinner at my house.
Oh, no kidding.
And I invite about 20, 25 men. It's a guys only thing, right, for now.
Right.
Right? And
that's okay.
most of them are hunters. And we get together and we eat everything. We clean out the freezer, venison, rabbit, pheasant, woodcock.
Wow.
I look forward to it.
Yeah, and my daughter, she's just 9, and she's getting into hunting, and it's good to see Mateo coming out here, and you're always sending me pictures. Every time Mateo harvests a turkey or catches a salmon.
I know.
So it's good to see you out there. It's almost it brings me back to when I was a kid, right? I was so avid, and I just wanted to get out and do it. But having a dad and a family that takes part in it with you is really important. So,
yeah.
Being able to get out there and do it is awesome, and to see you shoot today, and see, like I said, some of the fish you've caught. You're obviously a pretty keen kid. And hats off to you guys for carrying on a family tradition of hunting and fishing, right? So, but I got a little something for you here. I got a knife for your dad.
Oh wow!
So you got to go out and harvest a deer now or something big.
That's
okay?
what I need to do. That's beautiful.
So maybe we'll that's an antlered handled knife.
Wow.
I got a pocket knife for you. You got every kid's got to have a pocket knife.
Exactly. Thanks so much.
The icing on the cake is these little beauties here. These are game shears.
Oh wow!
So when you're gonna clean all these birds, right?
Yes.
The kids always have to do all the work, right?
Yeah, right.
Pluck
That's
and,
what you
and
think,
clean.
Mike.
But
he does the shooting, I do the cleaning.
For de-winging those birds and preparing them, these scissors will cut through anything. I can cut through goose wings, any duck wings. So these game shears are going to come in handy. You're going to just snip those wings off, and we'll prepare those breasts like your dad was saying. So a good set of game shears, you could put those to good use.
Thank you, Mike.
And,
thanks so much.
Yeah, we'll see you in the. When do you have that dinner? In the winter?
Every March.
Nice. Well,
yeah, every March.
Perfect.
I like to do it in March because
just before hunting season starts again.
It concludes
all the open seasons.
The small game season at the end of February for rabbits.
Right.
Right, and then I like to have my dinner. Then I the guns take a rest.
Nice.
Until turkeys.
No, it's not long.
No.
30 or 60 days.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, well, it was great to have the guys, Rick and Larry come out here with their dogs and work for us, and it was so amazing watching them point on those birds in the rain, and it's starting to rain again here now.
Yeah.
But we got a great day in, and I would do that every weekend if I could too, so you guys are lucky down here.
Yeah, a lot of fun, Mike.
Much appreciated. Yeah. Good luck.
What a great day in the field. Celebrating a harvest and a meal is something all anglers and hunters take pride in. Well, the Gervasio family goes all out, and they invited me to join them in their annual wild game feast, where friends and family gather to share stories and sample a wide variety of game that Claudio and family bring in each season. In true Italian style, Mama is in the kitchen overseeing the woodcock pate, rabbit cacciatore, venison stew, pigeon polenta, and countless other savory dishes, all while Claudio makes sure everyone has a glass of wine and some mouth-watering appetizers. Cheers to a true hunting family, and cheers to past generations and the upcoming generation of anglers and hunters.
Closed captioning of Angler and Hunter Television is brought to you in part by Ontario Out of Doors Magazine. Angler and Hunter Television has been brought to you by Canadian Tire, Nikon Sport Optics, Mercury Marine and Lund Boats, Yamaha ATVs, Browning Ammunition, Browning Firearms, Suffolk's Fishing Line, Rapala, Camillus Knives and Cuda Tools, Excalibur Crossbows, and Yukon Gear. For more information on the products used in this episode of Angler and Hunter Television, visit ahtv.com. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Remember, conserve and protect our great outdoors.